Hey everyone, my name's Will. We're I guess talking about discussion one. The first thing I want to just mention is what I feel like which context it really failed. I guess what I feel like my identity was, and I think it's the overall bearing where at the very beginning a lot of scholars and some scholars still believe today that most college students are created through throughout this context that they're all the same. They all follow very similar pathways when they go to college, and how when they go to college they have there's these certain things that's going to happen to them. And I personally disagree. I feel like that a lot of people here are they're more original. They go through different experiences, and there's not the one same experience that everyone goes through. And yeah, people do have described there's the freshman experience, there's the college experience that the environment kind of controls how they grow, and they usually grow like. I don't believe that. I believe that going through college, there's different pathways anyone can take, and there's no same pathway you can go through. Looking at the text we've had, there's actually a lot of things that I looked at, and I felt like myself was very important to understand my own identity and identities of students when I look into the field. One of the first things that I looked at that was very important was how in the identities book, not identities book, in the development book, how he talked about the maturity, the immaturity of students when they go through the college experience, and how they first go in there, they're immature. They don't really know how to be independent. They don't know. They have to need help from certain people to survive. Then they go through college, and throughout their different experiences, they learn about maturity. They become more independent and things like that. And I feel like for myself, that was how I was. I came to school. I didn't really know about money, financial situations really for myself. I know how to do things beforehand. And throughout my college career, I was able to learn a lot of different things that most people will learn in college, and I became mature. And through my experiences, funding things and doing stuff on my own, I was able to do that. In addition to that, another thing I looked at is the social constructed identities is a very important thing to look at, and that's, for example, how someone lives through, how they live through certain things, how when they're born, yes, there is certain races and certain religions that you go through, and biologically you can't change your race, but it's based on the social identities and how people perceive you, where either you have that oppression or you have that privilege, which is actually really important. I feel like myself, I was privileged for my race, which when people didn't have to worry about me doing bad things, which is unfortunate. That's wrong for our society to think that. But there's also myself. I was socially not on the lower middle class, this poor class for myself, and a lot of that brought a lot of angst towards people, and people like, oh, I'm gonna help him and stuff like that, which helped my family and things like that when I was a kid. So that kind of shaped me to who I am today and how I believe about social welfare and how everyone, I believe, has an equal chance. But that's through my experiences, through my socially constructed identities. Finally, I was looking at how both authors in Identities book, both Susan and Elisa, both talked about their identities. It's not theories. Theories are very important in our field. We need to have these theories to help out. But it's more about the experiences we live in and the stories that we hear from others, because that will understand how the identity was formed and how this is happening. And throughout the book, they went through different things throughout their lives. This is when they were free and able to believe in who they love and who they want to be with, and when they're able to see how in our society with professorships, how women were really not treated right, and they learned that through their stories. And I felt like my stories were my involvement in college, my family life, and personally what I went through working and things like that has shaped me to who I am today and how I act and how I believe. But I'm hoping you guys really like my video. I'm looking forward to your replies.